Start. Start. Section 185 empowers the state government to order cases to be tried in different sessions divisions. It runs as follows. Notwithstanding anything contained in the preceding provisions of this chapter, the state government may direct that any cases or class of cases committed for trial in any district may be tried in any sessions divisions, provided that such direction is not repugnant to any direction previously issued by the High Court or the Supreme Court under the Constitution or under this code or any other law for the time being in force. The state government may direct trial of any case or classes of cases committed for trial in any district to any sessions division within the state. Such direction should not be repugnant to any direction already issued by the High Court or the Supreme Court or under the present code or under any other law. Section 186 confers on High Court power to decide in the event of doubt as to the district where inquiry or trial shall take place. It runs as follows. Where two or more courts have been cognizance of the same offence and a question arises as to which of them ought to inquire into or try that offence, the question shall be decided if the courts are subordinate to the same High Court by that High Court. If the courts are not subordinate to the same High Court by the High Court within the local limits of whose appellate criminal jurisdiction the proceedings were first commenced, and thereupon all other proceedings in respect of that offence shall be discontinued. Where there is a doubt as to which of two or more courts which have taken cognizance ought to try the offence, it is decided by the High Court to which they are subordinate, and where the courts are subordinate to different High Courts by the High Court within whose appellate criminal jurisdiction the proceedings were first commenced. Section 187 confers on first class magistrate power to issue summons or warrants in respect of offences committed beyond local jurisdiction. It runs as follows. When a magistrate of the first class sees reason to believe that any person within his local jurisdiction has committed outside such jurisdiction, whether within or outside India, an offence which cannot, under the provisions of sections 177 to 185, both inclusive or any other law for the time being in force, be inquired into and tried within such jurisdiction, but is under some law for the time being in force triable in India, such magistrate may inquire into the offence as if it had been committed within such local jurisdiction and compel such person in the manner herein above provided to appear before him and send such person to the magistrate having jurisdiction to inquire into or try such offence, or if such offence is not punishable with death or imprisonment for life, and such person is ready and willing to give bail to the satisfaction of the magistrate acting under this section, take a bond with or without sureties for his appearance before the magistrate having such jurisdiction. When there are more magistrates than one having such jurisdiction, and the magistrate acting under this section cannot satisfy himself as to the magistrate to or before whom such person should be sent or bound to appear, the case shall be reported for the orders of the High Court. When a magistrate of the first class has reason to believe that any person within his jurisdiction has committed an offence at a place within or without his jurisdiction in India or even abroad, which cannot be tried within his jurisdiction but is triable in India, he may inquire into the offence and compel such a person to appear before him, and then either send such a person to the magistrate having jurisdiction to inquire into or try such an offence, or may release him on bail if the offence is not punishable with death or imprisonment for life. When there are more magistrates than one having jurisdiction, and magistrate acting as above is not sure as to the magistrate to whom such a person should be sent, the case is to be reported to the High Court for orders. Section 188 deals with offences committed by Indians outside India. It reads as follows: by a citizen of India, whether on high seas or at elsewhere, or by a person not being such a citizen on any ship or aircraft registered in India. He may be dealt with as if the offence has been committed at any place in India where he is found, but the offence should not be inquired into or tried in India unless with the previous sanction of the central government. The object of requiring the sanction of the central government seems to be to avoid the accused being tried over again and again by different magistrates in India or by a foreign court. If he is already tried by a foreign court, or is being tried or tried by a magistrate other than the court seeking sanction, the central government refuses the sanction. But if he is not adequately punished by the foreign court, it may sanction prosecution in India. Section 189 deals with the receipt of evidence relating to offences committed outside India. It runs as follows: when any offence alleged to have been committed in a territory outside India is being inquired into or tried under the provisions of Section 188, the central government may, if it thinks fit, direct that copies of depositions made or exhibitions produced before a judicial officer in or for that territory, or before a diplomatic or consular representative of India in or for that territory, shall be received as evidence by the court holding such inquiry or trial, in any case in which such court might issue a commission for taking evidence as to the matters to which such depositions or exhibits relate. When a sanction to prosecution in an Indian court is given, and when such an offence is tried, the central government may direct that copies of depositions made or exhibits produced before a judicial officer or before a consular or diplomatic representative for that country shall be received in evidence by the trial court. If objection or to jurisdiction is taken, it shall be decided before commencing the trial, and such objection shall be taken at the earliest possible. A person accused of an offence is tried under three stages, namely investigation, inquiry, and trial. Investigation is a process conducted by a police officer to collect evidence for the purpose of inquiry, and trial by the court. After investigation is completed, the second important stage of trial begins. The police officer forwards the final report to a competent magistrate to take cognizance of the offence. To ensure fair trial, the Code of Criminal Procedure envisages certain steps as stated hereunder: to take cognizance of the offence, to ascertain whether any prima facie case exists against the accused person, and in case it does so exist, then to issue process against the accused person in order to secure his presence at the time of his trial, to supply to the accused person the copies of police statements, to consolidate different proceedings pertaining to the same case, and if the case is exclusively triable by a court of session, to commit the case to that court.